Live from America's heartland, this is the Daily Truth Report with your host, Noah Christopher.
Welcome back to the Daily Truth Report. I'm your host, Noah, and we've got a returning guest, a favorite. Bo Polney is back on the show. Bo, welcome back on.
Noah, thank you. Going to be a fun talk. Thank you for having me. Exciting 2023. We are here. Lots to talk about.
Yes, it's going to be a lot of fun. We just, it's always fun doing the show before the show where I get a little sneak peek of what you want to talk about. And you've got some great stuff in here. And let me just say this before we get going. I always like to set the stage a little bit. We are recording this on January 3rd of 2023. Always fun to go back and look at these. And we've had some big historical ones with Bo where you go back and look and you can't believe it. So I always like to say the date in here. And I'll also just do a little recap. Looking at the charts right now, Bitcoin is at 16,600. XRP is at 34 cents. And Ethereum is at 1,200. So there's a few roadmaps for you. Grab these slides. These are always incredible slides. Bo's got 40 slides in here today. A lot of new stuff that you haven't seen before. And he always puts them together and gives them out for free. So that's why we love having him on. Go ahead and just take your camera app on your phone out, point it right at this QR code right here, and that's going to take you right to a download link, or you can just use the link below this video so you can follow along. I know a lot of people get these and they save them in a folder and sometimes go back and look at them, and there's a lot of good stuff in here. So, Bo, I think that's it for my summary, and now people want to hear from you.
You got to be prepared. God's going to break the financial system. We are about to step into and witness in our lifetime the greatest financial event in human history. So my question to you is, do you want to be a part of it? Because God can't bless you. Like, he can't multiply something if there is nothing to multiply. God took 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish and he multiplied them. You have to be in a position where God can multiply for you. He's a loving God, but you have to have been prepared for him to multiply something for you. And so, cryptocurrencies are going to multiply. Gold and silver is going to multiply. The financial system is going to break. And the dollar is going to break. The paper in your wallet will be gone by the end of this decade. There will be no more paper money. Nothing. It'll be all digital. The money system, will be gone by the end of this decade. The US dollar will be gone by the end of this decade. I'm just telling you, God does nothing before first speaking through his prophets. And there's numerous prophets you put on your site, Noah, that have vouched and stated the same thing about a wealth transfer that's coming. Robin Bullock, Ken Christmas, Julie Green, the list goes on and on. They've spoken about a great wealth transfer that's coming. And so have you prepared? I don't want to give any financial advice more than telling you what I see happening into the future. And then people need to pray on it. Is it resonating with their heart? Does it feel right what we're saying? If it does, you need to ask yourself a question, do you own precious metals? Do you have cryptocurrencies? Cryptocurrencies, the ones at least that I like in my reports, I believe are going to in the near term here, are going to outperform by a huge margin precious metals. So as great as precious metals are going to go, I believe cryptocurrencies are going to go faster and harder. And one of the main reasons is it's going to just be hard to get them, period. Their prices are going to go up quickly, but cryptocurrencies are just going to go up even faster because they're digital, so people will be able to buy them, with their computers, and their prices are going to rise faster than we've ever seen before. In my most recent report, those are people that are interested. The end of year report, I basically covered I think a dozen cryptos, and I literally laid out the pattern into this year 2023. When the next major high is, because the one's coming, and also into years forward when the next high is coming with price projections on all the coins years forward. So it's really exciting in my heart because I know this is what's coming. So it was a really exciting thing to give that to my subscribers, and I hope they really all enjoyed that. The cycle that predicted the FTX crash has another very important point this month. And so there's a very big date coming up potentially this month in January, as important as the FTX crash was on November 8th.
Yeah, that's great. And I love the way you said that, Bo, that, you're not trying to convince anybody or sell anybody on anything about cryptocurrency. If you feel like this is something you want to learn about, if you feel like you want to get on the boat, Bo provides this service, and he tells you what he's following and tells you when he's buying and selling. And again, it's the cycles, it's the time cycles, it's the cycles of how these coins move. So I love that. Bo, if you don't want to buy Bitcoin, you should not buy Bitcoin. And Bo will tell you that. But if you're one of those people that is into it, or you want to be into it, Bo has some great stuff. And we do have to be respectful to his current subscribers, so we can't give away too much here on the free interview here. But we just thank you for your time, Bo, for coming on here and sharing as much as you do. But if you want that stuff, and Bo, that is my favorite post that you do every year in your newsletter, when you do the price targets for the coming year and even beyond that. And this one was really good. There's, like Bo said, there's about 12 coins, 12, 13, 14 coins in there that he covers. And I'll tell you what, some of the targets will really raise some eyebrows. If you want to get that, let me scroll down here to slide 38. Bo is always not only generous with his time to come on this show and talk with us. We've been talking for over an hour. But he's going to give you a code here that can get you 50% off. If you get instant access to his entire newsletter with all the past issues. So you haven't missed anything. If you want to see that report with his price targets for the coins that you see on the screen here and some other ones, you can go sign up. What you're going to do is go to gold2020forecast.com. And then there's a sign up button. And when you do that, there's a code where it says, do you have a promo code? Do you have a code to put in? You type in WLT49 and it's going to cut it in half there, give you a 50% off. So you can get in there, you can try it. And that's if you want to. If you don't want to, I love how Bo just says, then don't buy it. It's not for you. So love that. And if you're one of the people that you really would like to get started, but you're a little intimidated by even figuring out where to start, maybe you've never bought a single coin of any kind, cryptocurrency of any kind. You don't know how to buy Bitcoin, where to store it. And by the way, Bitcoin is great, and Bo talks a lot about Bitcoin, but he's got some other ones that he thinks are going to move much bigger percentage-wise than Bitcoin. So if you think you missed the boat and you couldn't possibly buy a Bitcoin at $16,000, you are very wrong. There's a lot of other stuff out there. If you want to learn how to do this and how to do it safe, by the way, I always say this. There are a lot of pitfalls out there, all sorts of stuff that can trip you up, or you can just make mistakes. If you want to learn how to do it right and do it safe, Bo put together, I was asking him for a long time. I said, Bo, your newsletter is great, but there's a lot of people that aren't even at that level. You need to give them some sort of a school. And so he created the Easy Crypto School, and you can do the same thing there. If you want to do that, it's really easy. It's just easycryptoschool.com, and you do the same thing. He's giving you the same code. These are only good for a limited time here, so you want to grab it while they work. I always get emails from people who wait too long, and they say the code no longer works. And I said, sorry, you missed it. But so get in there, use the code WLT49. You'll get 50% off of that school as well, if that's you. If you already know how to trade, you don't need that. I don't say this as much as I should, but you put a lot of work into that. And I love getting it. Anytime I get an email alert, anytime there's a new post from Bo, you get an email alert. And it's usually every couple days, every 2, 3 days, 4 days. And whenever I get that email alert, I drop what I'm doing and I read it because I love reading those. So thanks for what you do there, Bo. It's a great service.
Yeah, I'll just say this last report we did, end of year report, I think was really exciting. The third seal of revelation is specifically, it's the black horse. We talked about the angel of death, which is going to stop these people who've been running the world. But then the financial scales tipping that really specifically relates to the collapse of the US dollar. We've never seen this event happen in our lifetime. The US dollar has never collapsed. So when the dollar that we know loses its status as the world reserve currency, and again, this is going to be because of what's happening with the BRICS nations, okay? It's a prophetic thing that's about to happen. The collapse of the US dollar directly related to the BRICS nations. These nations are going to come together as one to take down the US dollar. It'll lose the status of the world reserve currency. And if you want to talk about, a breakaway, a vertical move for precious metals, for cryptocurrencies, it's going to be, the only word I can use is biblical. That's the move that's coming. It's going to be biblical. All I know in my heart, I did the right thing and I informed, those who wanted to listen of what's coming.
Yeah, you do. And your conscience is clean because 2-3 years now you've been coming on the show and telling people, and boy, how many have you gotten right? I mean, talk about, you were the only person saying Roe v. Wade would be overturned, and then it was. Even I wasn't sure about that one, and you nailed it.
And so, it's going to be biblical what goes down here. Don't be surprised if it looks like the United States is finished.
Mm-hmm.
It has to look ugly only for the glory to manifest, and everything you know suddenly changes. So however this plays out, I'm telling you, we're extremely close. Those who are in a position with cryptocurrencies are going to be blessed into the future. Those who are in a position with precious metals, the ultimate money, Haggai 2, verse 8, the silver and the gold are mine, saith the Lord. So those that hold precious metals are, extremely well positioned, and they've got insurance policy for what's about to go down in this world. And there isn't anything more except God's got this. He's in control. But before the glory manifests, or as the glory manifests, expect incredibly crazy things, maybe ugly things to go down. And then suddenly, everything changes. Something big's supposed to happen here soon. That's all I can say. And we just have to wait, watch, and pray. And when this event does happen, the first thing you do, you go to your knees and you say, thank you, God, for saving America. And when he saves America, then every other nation will then start to collapse and fall. It is the truth, because God has saved America. We have a covenant with God. He's going to hold his covenant that the founding fathers made with him. And so we are a covenant nation like Israel is. Netanyahu's back in office. Next comes 45 as the glory manifests. So historic days are here. God bless everybody. Thank you, Noah, for having me.
That's a perfect way to end it. Thanks, Bo. We'll see you next time.
Click the link below to listen to this 1-hour interview in its entirety. God bless.